bear with me, folks, if you can hear me. Anybody's here. Got a new tripod. It's a little bit different. So I've got a new tripod. I've ordered my new microphone as well, so that a dual microphone, so that Brian can craft with me. And just bear with me while I set up. So everything's different. So just bear with me. Right, let's turn this on, otherwise it's in airplane mode at the minute. Go into there. So I should be live. I'm using a new tripod. Just make sure it's supposed to be less wobbly, but like it's not less wobbly, is it? It needs to be screwed in. Ugh, it's all greasy as well. Yeah, it's not less wobbly. Let me go to me, find me, my channel, live. Okay. So where am I? All right, live chat is on, I think. Yeah, so I think it's just me, nobody's here, so I'm just talking to myself at the minute. So while that's happening, I might as well just play with the tripod and see if I can get it to... Oh, that's why. Okay. Is that... I don't know how any of this works on this new tripod. It's right pain in the bum. Is it that? No, that doesn't do it. That's not it. Maybe it's just very stiff. Oh, maybe you have to do something with this. Oh, I don't know. Just bear with me a minute, folks. You can look at nothing. So I am here. I'm just trying to work out what on earth I have to do to get this tripod to work. Ah, aha. It's that. Right, cool. Okay, so let's put this back in there. Put that in there, and I should be able to do that now. Aha! Yeah, and it's less wobbly. Right, okay, fine. Okay. So, okay. Okay, so... I should be able to do that now. Aha! Yeah, it's less wobbly. Right, okay, fine. Okay. So, okay. Is watching. So, I've just put some... Oh, why is the chat not there? Public. Live chat. That should be on. Is there anybody? Oh, right, okay. Hello. Oh, hi, Trisha. Hi. Sorry, I didn't know whether it was on my own or not. I'm having technical problems, and I have got new tripod and... Hello. Oh, hi, Trisha. So, I'm just testing that everything works. Blimey, my top looks really bright, doesn't it, on here? Hello, Sue. Shouldn't you be? Yeah, I think you just said I should be asleep. You should be asleep. It's what time is it with you? Is it like early in the morning, 2, 3 o'clock, something like that? Shouldn't you be asleep? You naughty. Can you not sleep? Is that what it is? Is it too hot? Yeah, I'd love to say I've got the same issues. If it is heat, it's not here. It's because it's too cold here. So, anyway, so today I'm going to make, I mean, this is a last minute thing. I've literally just made this in the couple of minutes before I came on. This is kind of my test dummy one, but it's just a little note card holder. It's not glued down, you see, even yet. It's a little note card holder for putting some 6x4 cards in, and I'm going to make some 6x4 cards. So I'm going to do some decoupage, probably be here for a couple of hours. So if you can hang around, you're welcome to stay. If you can't, then you're welcome to watch it on replay. And if you can't do any of those things, then what are you here for? So anyway, 1 in the morning. Oh, right, okay. Battling COVID. Oh no, you've not got COVID. Oh, Sue, I really hope that you feel better soon, and I send you all of my love and some crafty hugs. So, but like, socially distanced crafty hugs. I mean, like, let's face it, we can't get much more socially distanced than we are, can we, Sue? So yeah, get well soon, and I hope you feel better every day. So anyway, so we are sorry. Just to let you know, Sue is Sue from Paper Inspirations. So I feel like I've got royalty. So, under pressure. It's like I'm in the Queen round. So I've gone all red now. I feel like I've gone all red. I feel like I'm burning up. So, all right. So we are going to get on with it. So I'm going to move the camera over to the overhead, and hopefully it's in the right place. It might not be, and if it isn't, I'm really sorry. You're going to have to close your eyes and, just don't look, because if you're feeling a bit queasy, it'll make you all a bit like, oh. Anyway, I'm moving you. So. Right, moving over. Don't look at the craft room as I go. Don't forget that I'm gonna be singing. My mental health hasn't been great the last couple of days, but you know what? You guys help me, so I'm helping you. You're helping me. Watching me, watching you, watching you, watching me. No. All right, no, start again. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so we're going to need some paper because it's a very good start. And do you know one of the things I forgot to do is get some out? So I'm just going to get something nice. Something nice. La la la. Who will buy my wonderful roses? Do, 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 do. Sorry if I'm just singing. I'm just singing while I'm looking. I've just had a paper pad and I don't know where I've put it. Oh, bottoms. Where is it? Excuse. You just have to bear with me. I've not gone. I've just realised how ill prepared I am. So Christmas. Don't want Christmas. That's well and truly gone. Okay, let's. Right, we're going to mean business today. Brian, I hope you're watching, because he jokes with me, well, teases me about the fact that I don't use the Tim Holtz pads, and guess what? This is a Tim Holtz pad, and I am going to use it. It might make me cry, but I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it. Okay, so what shall I have? Oh, let's just start at the very beginning, because as we all know, it's a very good place to start. When you sing, you begin with do, re, mi. Do, re, mi, do, re, mi. Anyway, getting on with it. So we're going to make this, well, a version of this, but with hopefully without the cracked. You see how the paper's all cracked? It's not particularly good quality paper pad, I will just say. Bit disappointed because it's a Downton Abbey paper pad. You know, I can hear the music playing now, and I can hear the dog. The dog. I can see the dog's bottom walking off into the distance. And if you don't know what I mean, it's because you've never watched Downton Abbey. But this is a lovely pad. It's got some really nice designs in it. It's just not very good. When you fold it, it's not very good because it cracks and breaks. And I've got to say, this is an old pad. I've had it for 4 years maybe. and I got it in a sale. I mean, it was reduced from like £25 down to something like £3. It's got a little, I could cut that out and journal with that anyway. Get on with it, Dave, because you're not here to sell things. Oh dear, things have just fallen off. I've just thrown things that way. So if we're going to make it, you've got to decide, is the paper directional? Because obviously if you're having this is directional. I would say that it was going to be that way up, wouldn't it? Wouldn't I? Wouldn't you? Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be good to be? Yeah. Let's try again. It would be more logical for it to be this way up for me. Okay. So because of that, I've got to think about having the paper that way up. Okay. So first of all, what we're going to have to do is just have to bear with me while I get myself together and find my instructions. So we need the paper to be 6.5 inches. Is that right? 6.5 inches wide. Sorry, 7.5 inches wide. Sorry, a 7.1/8 inch wide. Should we start again? It's because I'm doing inches and I don't do inches. Hi, Glynis. Hi, Tricia. I've said hi, Tricia. I've said hi, Sue. I haven't said hi, T. And I might have to go for that in a minute because I'm going mad. So 7.1/8 is where we want to cut it, because this is sized for 6x4 cards, so like postcard size. Is that 7.1/8? 7.1/8 is there, Dave. Is that right? That's 7.1/8. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. 7.1/8. Okay, so I'm going to cut. Please. Sue, you never got into Downton Abbey. It's all right. We can be friends. I am friends with other people that didn't get into it. Brian didn't get into it until I made him sit and watch like 7 episodes, and then he was hooked. So, when I come round, we'll watch it. All right. So, Sue's locking the doors. You've got plenty of time to get the extra bolts on those doors, Sue, because it'll take me a long time to get to you. So, and anyway, I don't want to come now because, it's as much as I love you, I don't want your germs. Thanks. Sharing in this case is not caring. So I'm just checking 7.1/8, and I'm going to cut it. So hold your breath. I'm going to. This is my first piece of Tim Holtz paper I'm going to cut. There you go. Brian, this is for you. I've just cut a piece of Tim Holtz paper. I think I only own I own one 12x12, one 8x8, and one 6x6. And I haven't been able to cut the paper. So Brian bought me this. Was it this year or last Christmas? And I just not been able to cut it. So, and he uses his it's nobody's business. So it's nobody's business, so I'm not going to tell you. So anyway, now I'm going to get my scoreboard out. It's 2-1. No, not that kind of scoreboard, Dave. Okay, and I need to find where the heck it's supposed to be in there. Where the heck is the thing now? Excuse me. Oh, it's there. It's hiding behind my iPad. So, oh, cool. Okay, it's a date. So, right. All right. Well, get well, and I'll come round. So, first of all, so we've cut it at 7.1/8, and now what we're going to do is we're going to score the. Oh, there's always something sticky on my desk. It's me usually. So we're going to score it so that we've got the sides. Okay, so we are going to score it at half an inch, Dave. These are measuring in inches now. So choose which side you want So which side do you want to be facing out and what side do you want in? And the side that you want outside needs to be facing up when you do a score line, because when you push into a piece of card, you are pushing in and you're making a valley, and by doing that you then create a mountain. By folding it, it turns into the point. So okay, you'll see what I mean in a minute. You know, climb every mountain, oh dear, ford every stream, oh dear. The mania's kicked in. So what I've done is I've scored it at half an inch here this way, and then I'm going to flip it round and do half an inch this way. Okay, and we're just going to do that. And so that will create our sides. So hopefully this is Tim Holtz paper. It will not crack. Well, I might, but it shouldn't. Okay, so now I'm stupidly picked a piece of paper. That means you've got to think about which way up it needs to be. So going the other way, that way. So this bit is at the top. So this is the bit that you are going to score last. So you start at the bottom and you work your way up. So this is the bottom of it's your bottom. It's just your bottom. Hi, Jodie. Love the mania. Okay. It's I always get mania after a meltdown. So I go through a really deep slump. So yesterday I had a really deep slump. Sorry, not yesterday. Sorry, Friday, really deep slump. Then it takes me a day to kind of get myself out of it, and then I start channeling mania. So, you know, just be aware. So, anything could happen. So, like, and it could all go wrong as well, because, like, and if it does, it does. It's craft. It's a piece of paper. It's a piece of Tim Holtz paper. Anyway, so then I'm going to score it at 3. Yeah, 3 inches. Then we're going to score it at 3.5. Yeah, I don't know why I always have my paper that far down. Okay, so 3.5. Then we are going to score it at he says, looking to his left, at 7.5. Yeah, don't do this with me because it might go wrong. And then we're going to score it at 8, because again, so this is the same as this, because that's your side. You've done a front, so now you've got to do a top, which is going to be the other side. So this line we're going to score next is going to be create this bit at the top. Okay, so you want to make another half here, so it goes to 8. Yeah, and then from there we've just got this fold over bit, and this fold over really is to hide the little mechanism, not mechanism, you know, the whatever they're called. When I used to watch Blue Peter, they used to be called paper fasteners, and now they're called Brads. Janet. Let's do the time warp again. Too high. So then what we want to do is we want to score it at 10.25. So we've gone, the first line is 3, then we've gone 3.5, then we've gone, it's feeling for the line, 7.5, then we've gone 8, and now we're going to go 10.25. Okay, and you'll see what that extra bit is for. Don't cut this bit off. People think it's spare. It's not spare. It's there. It's not spare. It's there. So it's there for a reason, is what I mean. Not a raisin. There's no raisins involved. It's not a baking show, although I can bake as well. My speciality is courgette and lime cake. So, and courgettes, by the way, are zucchinis. If you are, I don't know what they're called in Australia. So, I can sew actually, yes. So now what we're going to do is we're going to flip it over, okay, and we are going to fold it. Now, I just want to say about lines. Sometimes you might score in the wrong place, okay, and can can you see how it leaves an indent if you score? Yeah, and you can see it on the back. Okay, I just want to tell you a little bit of a tip that I do if I have scored a line in the wrong place. So rather than having to start all over again, because, you know, it's gone wrong, and I think people will be able to see that line. What you can do is you can find your scoreboard again. I'm just going to score a line in this paper, and I'm going to show you what you can do. Okay, doesn't always work, but it's worth it. So let's just put a line on here. Okay, I've scored a line in this paper, and hopefully you can see that score line. Yeah, you can see there, and you can see it on that side. Okay, so if you have done that and you think, oh, done it wrong, you've scored a little, usually what you do is you kind of score down a line and you go, oh, no, wrong line, and move over, and then you've got a little line. Okay, what you can do is take your bone folder, go to the raised side, wherever the thing is. Can you see that there's a raised bit here, and rub it out. Now, it won't stop the scoring from being there, so the paper will want to fold on that line, but what it will do is it will just disappear a little. It's not going to completely disappear. It's best if you do it on something soft. My head, maybe. Where is it? There you go. So you can just rub it out, and it becomes not quite as visible as a proper score line. So anyway, it's just a little tip. You know, if it's on a pattern paper, people aren't going to see it, trust me. So there you go. Not zucchini bread, it's a cake. It's courgette and lime cake. It's a sweet cake. It's made with oil, not hard fat, and it's got a buttercream, a lime buttercream filling, and a lime buttercream topping. Well, it's a cheese buttercream thing. Nuts. Shut up, Dave. Make it more complicated, why don't you? Okay, so now we're talking about cake. Let's just do that. So now you're going to make a crease on your folds. So what I want to do is I just want to fold over all of your folds, and then you're just going to use your bone folder. Now these, I'm using these. Brian using them, but Brian bought me these for Christmas. I've always wanted one. This is a Teflon bone folder, so I can cook an egg on it and it won't stick. So now I do like. I've got to say, I love the Teflon bone folders because they don't leave a line. You know, sometimes when you rub over a piece of paper and it makes it shiny, it doesn't. It stops doing that. Anyway, so now you're going to just do all of your, like, oh, it's nice because it's not cracking. So well done, Tim. Good old Timmy. If any of you got a headache, I'm really sorry, because, like, I'm not going to help. I am a bit loud today, so it's a good job I live on my own. Although the neighbours still can hear me. So, and I'll flip it over there. Okay, so you've done all your line. Oh no, not that one, Dave. You've missed that one. You've done all your lines. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to flip it over, and remember that this is going to be the top. So I'm just going to show you an exploded version of this. Basically this. But what we're going to do is, this is kind of like this is all my measurements with all of the things, like, because I just literally kind of pulled it out of my brain. I didn't see anybody else do it, so I pulled it out of my brain. I know, I was terrified as well, the fact that I pulled anything out of my brain. So what we need to do is we need to make this shape, so this body. I did change it slightly in the next version, the next version was this, and then the next version was this. So, and literally I made I made this about 40 minutes before I was about to come on live. So I don't ever give myself any time. I just kind of go, let's make this. because I'm on a mania day. So what we need to do is we're going to need to turn it round. Okay, so we're going to turn it round, and what we're going to do is we're going to cut not to this first score line and not to this second score line, but to the third score line. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut to the top of that page. So you've got a short panel, your side, well, your bottom there, and then you've got the back panel, and you're going to cut to this line here. So, and you always cut on the inside of the score line, because what you're doing is you're cutting your fold off. My brain's still going. So, all I want is a room somewhere far away from the cold night air, with one enormous chair. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely? Lovely. Lovely. So all we're going to do is we're going to cut this off for now. We will shape it later, but we're going to cut it off. Lots of chocolate for me to eat. Oh yes, definitely lots of chocolate for me to eat. Okay, so that's it. And what this is going to be, this is going to be your top flap, yeah, and then the rest of it is going to form your sides and your back and your bottom. It's going to sort your bottom out. Anyway, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to round this. Now you could try using a corner rounder, but the problem is because you've got this, it won't let you get in with a corner rounder, and all it does is it makes a mockery of you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to freehand it. Now if you don't want to freehand, okay, you're a bit worried about freehanding. So you know it's like freewheeling down a hill, isn't it? Like not many people will freewheel down a hill. Let's face it. Well, I did when I was 12, but like maybe not so much now. Not so much now. Oh, I'll use my Slimming World card. Okay, so you can either use a rounded corner of these kind of cards tend to have a rounded corner on them, don't they? If you don't think that is big enough, you can get your corner rounder, and if it's good enough, if it's sturdy enough, if it's one of these, don't try and put a card through one of these. But I don't know whether this will work, but we'll give it a go. Do you know what the answer to that is? No, it doesn't. So we're going to make it, we're going to freehand that. Okay, so you can cut a rounded corner on it, then you can use that as your template and then flip it over and do it on the other side. So, in fact, I am going to do that now. And that way then you will get matching sides. Okay, flip it over. All I want. I've got no other songs in my repertoire today. The other thing I was singing this morning was I did it my way. The end is near. Oh no. So I face my final curtain. Not my final curtain. Well, actually, I don't have any curtains. I've got blinds. Is that the same? So now what we've done is rounded those off, okay. And now what we need to do is you see where you can see this. So let's get the blind myself here. So you see these lines where your score lines are. You're going to cut on those score lines, but only to here, not all the way. Otherwise, you're just going to end up with lots of pieces of very large confetti that nobody wants you to throw at them at a wedding. And not unless they want paper cuts for their wedding present. Okay, and then you can flip it round and you're going to do the same on there. I'm trying to hold my hands from being wobbly because I'm holding this up in the air and at arm's length. There you go. So you're going to cut those, yeah. And then what you're going to do is this part will go inside. So if you look at the side of this, okay, this is on the outside, and then there's a bit on the inside here, and you could do it the other way round, but I just preferred it this way. So if you did it the other way round, what you need to do is wherever you are on the, whatever's going to be on the outside, okay, you need to not cut the corner off. So you leave that square. Then the next bit, so I'm going to do it. The next bit needs to be cut out, because what's that's going to do is that's going to go inside and it stops the bulk from being there. And then you're going to cut another bit. You're going to try and cut another bit whilst holding it steady. Okay, cut it out. Yeah, and then you're going to go around the other way and you're going to cut it out. Okay, so you're going to cut little V's out, except for that V, because that's the bit that's going to show. Well, I've decided now that that's the bit that's going to show. Okay, so I'm going to cut a V out of that side and a V out of that side, and then a V out of this side. And actually, you might be right. It might look nicer with that on the outside. So I'm going to do that. So that's it. So that's where we are. Okay. The next thing you need to think about is a really good idea to think about it now is if you kind of just curl it over and pretend like it's mated. It's mated. It's been mated. It's been mated. Yeah. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. Where's the peck of pickled pepper Peter Piper picked? Yeah, you can still speak though, that's all right. And you're going to put these little string ties on. Okay, so what you want it to do is you don't want that to be in the middle of this because the flap is going to sit over the top. You want it to be in the middle of the bit that you can see. Okay, so the size that I like to have a this size. It's a 1-inch punch of this size. Oh dear. Okay, so I want it to be this size, all right? So which is 1 inch. Okay, so what I'm going to need to think about is how is an inch going to look in that gap? So I get my little teeny tiny baby ruler here. And it's incredibly sharp, I will just say. And I'm just going to measure that. So that's got 1.5. It's got 1.5 inch visibility on that bit there. So I want to make it kind of go in the middle of there. So the middle of that is 3/4 of an inch. I'll be okay. Don't worry. So 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so this is when it gets a little bit fiddly because you've got to hold that there and you've got to kind of just make a little bit of a dot. And I can't find a pencil, so no pressure. Just put an ink mark on it, Dave. So it's going to go there, and I'm never going to see that again. And I'll be like, where on earth did I make that mark? And you can all laugh at me. So, and then the other thing that I like to do is I like mine to be closer to this edge. If you want yours in the other side to be in the middle of this, then do that. But I like it to be just a bit closer to the lip. Don't give me any of that lip. And you've got to remember that it's going to be, the circle is going to be 1 inch. Well, in my case, it's going to be 1 inch. So I want it to form at least 1/4 of an inch away from the edge. Okay, so if I go 1/4 of an inch and I go, the circle punch itself is 1 inch, so half of that is 1/2 inch. So I'm going to go from 1/4 and go to 1/2, which makes it there somewhere. So I've got to think. I've got to punch somewhere around where the words are. I couldn't remember what these are called. They're called words, Dave. Okay, so I haven't caught up with any of the chat. So you've all said hi, hello, hello all. It's fun. So bad at scoring, I just fold it. You are good. How is everyone doing? Sorry, I'll just catch up because I can't do the zucchini bread. Thanks for the tip. Sounds amazing. I'm so bad. I hoard my Timmy paper. I'm gonna start using it. Yeah, you need. Jodie, you need to start using it. And if I can start using it, I don't have loads of it. If I can use it, you can too. Okay, I don't own any of this paper. Where do you get it? John Fabric. Okay, I don't know where you would get it, Glynis, because like the UK is hopeless for any kind of Tim Holt stuff. Okay, so kind of caught up. Hi, Maureen, and here we go. So here we go. Now, what you want to do is you want to make the holes in the paper before you fold it up, because once you've done it, you'll find it really difficult to get anything in here to make holes with. Now, I've got an anywhere punch. I can take it anywhere because it's an anywhere punch. I've got an anywhere punch, which means that you can make a hole anywhere, okay? But if you've got a crocodile, you might have one of these, okay? The reach is only to it's about an inch, I think. Yeah, 1 inch, okay? The reach in might not suffice. Well, I don't see. I told you I put that mark, and I wouldn't be able to find it again. It's there. Oh, it's there. I can't reach in to that paper far enough for it to be able to make a hole. So I'm not going to use this. But you might have one of those big ones, whatever they're called. These, the We Are Memory Keepers, big things. They look like a massive stapler, and they make holes in it, and you can put a hole much further in. But I don't have one of them, so I'm going to do this. So I want to put some paper underneath, and I'm not using my Timmy paper. Timmy. Don't even start on the me using Timmy as like waste paper. Scrap paper, I mean. All I want is a piece of paper somewhere that I can find it. I'll use this. It's a piece of card, actually. So, and what I'm going to need to do is I need to put it underneath. You remember when they used to make holes on, if you're from the UK, on Blue Peter, and they used to make holes, and they used to ask you to get a responsible adult to do it. I don't have a responsible adult here to help, so that is approximately 6 inches there. So we're going to go 3 as the middle of there, so that's there. So that line and that line have got to meet up. So it's going to be, my hole is going to be about there. Sorry for leaning into shot, but like I need to see what I'm doing. Clearly, I don't know what I'm doing, but I need to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to make my hole there. Don't keep going, otherwise you'll be like through to Australia in no time. Right, take care, Sue. Try and get some sleep, rest. Hope you feel better. Just to let you know, Sue from Paper Inspirations, she's not feeling very well, and that's the reason why she's going. She shouldn't be watching this anyway. It's like 1 in the morning. So take care of yourself, Sue. I love you to bits. And thank you so much for helping me kind of build my channel. I really do appreciate your help. I'm now at 591 subscribers, so like it's a bit of a so I'm gonna have to start making things for my 1,000 people giveaway, aren't I? So anyway, made my little hole there. Take care of yourself, so big hugs. Remember, socially distanced hugs. I don't want your germs. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the middle of here, find my other line. That was about there, wasn't it? Yeah, it's on that line, yeah. So I want to make a line and want to make another hole there. Now, what you don't want to do is you don't want to fold it over and make a hole, because what you'll get is you'll get a hole on the inside. Now, what I did though, if that does happen, keep the little thing that you punch out. So can you see that I made a hole here? Yeah. Keep the little thing that you punch out, and then you can glue it back in, and nobody will ever know that you made the mistake. Except for you're live on YouTube and you've just told everyone, Dave. Damn it. It all went terribly wrong. So now we want to make another hole anywhere here. Well, I've just put a dot, didn't I? Does anybody actually see that? No, Dave, that's not clever, is it? You just lean in. The dot is there. Well, it's going to have to be there. It's on the line of that N, so it's just there. So don't worry about making marks on your paper. Sorry, I've just noticed how I leant in and my terribly bald head was visible to everybody. Terribly bald. It's not terribly bald, it's just bald. So, and I've just noticed how grey the few hairs that remain are. I used that wash and go. I washed it and it went. So, I know I've used that joke before, but like, you know, like I say, the old ones are the best. So, there you go. Made my hole, okay. And I'll show you how to glue the hole back in a minute. So, like, you know, I'm going to give you a few tips on how to make those little mistakes, how to cover up the little mistakes. So, you know, like we've talked about rubbing out your fold. We'll talk about how to cover up your hole. Don't take that wrong. Okay, so take it as it's intended. Okay, so we're going to fold these bits over, and what we're going to do is these are going to glue on the inside of here. Okay, so this little flap needs to glue onto the inside of there. So what you might want to do is just glue that first. Hang on a minute, I'm missing a step. Don't see how, this is why I say don't follow me along. I have no idea what I'm doing. So just take the glue off there a minute. What I need to do is I need to put a panel on the inside of here. Now it doesn't have to be a beautiful panel. People aren't really going to see it. So in my case, I am not going to use any more Timmy because like I'm already having palpitations about the amount of Timmy I've already used. So I'm going to get a piece of paper, a piece of card that I just happen to have, which is like none. Okay, I'll use that piece of Downton Abbey paper that let me down. Okay, and what I need to do is I need to cut a little panel to sit on here that will hide the little brad mechanism, and it will stop, when you're putting card into it, it'll stop it catching. So look for my ruler, look for the lid for my glue, Dave, otherwise the glue will all dry up. So, going to need a piece of card that is 2 3/4 inches by 6, because remember it's 6 1/8 wide. So that the 6 1/8 is to give you a bit of wriggle room for your what's-its, your hoogies, yeah, your what's-its and your hoogies. You've got no idea what I'm talking about now, have you? Well, then again, you didn't have any idea what I was talking about before, so nothing new there. So, what did I just say? 6. 6 inches, Dave. By 2 3/4 inches. That's the 3, Dave. Oh, we'll do it 2 7/8. I'm getting used to use. I've never been very good at knowing the lingo for using imperial measurements. So like 7/8 and then 15/16, and that kind of like, I don't understand. It's all like a foreign language to me. Okay, so that's just going to sit on there, and what that's going to do, it's going to hide the back of your paper fastener. Okay, and it's going to mean that nothing gets caught on it when you're putting your cards inside. Okay, if you're worried about like somebody like looking in to this side and seeing that, you know, like doing this, you'd have to do this to be able to see, then use the same paper, but I'm not going to because I'm a cheapskate, and I was born this way. So I'm kind of, because my brain's in mania, I'm getting a bit giddy and ahead of myself. So we need to put the paper fastener in this side now before we stick the card down. So you need to now choose your paper fastener. Now I've got these out and they're ready at hand. And if Brian saw it, he would have an absolute fit, because I'm not allowed to have these anywhere near me, because the last 2 times I've had them, I've tossed them all over the floor. So close your eyes, Brian, because I've got them out and they're just sat next to me. They're sat right on the they're on the precipice. They're on the edge of the cliff to the precipice. So I think I'm going to use something that looks nice. I think I'm going to use that. So that colour, I'm going to need 2 of them that look the same. That's fine. Yep. Put them over there. If you hear a it's because they've all gone on the floor, but they haven't yet. And so now what we need to do is we need to cut our little round, so our little circle like this, or it's easier to see on this one. We need to cut this. Yeah, so we get our 1-inch punch and we choose a piece of paper that we think would coordinate well with this. Now we could use some more of this, okay, but the problem is I think it won't stand out as much, and I like them to stand out. So I'm going to use a bit of craft card, because I can. And if you don't have a bit of craft card, use a bit of packing. You know, that's actually a nice one. I'm going to use that for something. But you know, use a bit of packing, or use a bit of, remember when I was making that thing out of some record sleeves? Use a bit of this, you know, whatever. Just use your scrap up. Use your scrap. Let's just see. Love the Brad Janet. Love the Brads. Got some great ones. Different designs, flowers. I love flowers. Yeah, they are fiddly. I have to say, they are fiddly. And if you get your elbow on them and they all fall over the floor, because, like, you know, it's all doomed. We're doomed. Doomed, I tell you. Okay. So, because this isn't very thick, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut a couple of pieces out. Don't know what, I close my eyes every time I do this. There we go, because like they pop out, so I always think I'm going to get them in my eye. So I'm going to cut 4 out, so I'm going to glue 2 back to back. Back to life, back to reality, back to the here and now. Oh yeah, don't flick that onto there, Dave. Show me. I've got some great new napkins. That's the reason why I'm doing this. It's because I want to make a little note card holder for putting some decoupaged, like postcard notelets in, and I don't know what for. Just fancied making some notelets. I think that's what it was. So. Don't know if everybody to send any note. I'm not very good at writing. I really hate my writing. I think we've discussed this before, but I really do not like my handwriting. So I don't tend to write to people. So, and if I do, it's usually typed. So on my computer. Apologies if the mania and the echolalia is annoying. But it's how my brain works, or how my brain doesn't work. It's just one of those things. It's part of me. It's me. I am what I am. I have no idea where my crocodile is. Oh, it's there. I've put it back. I actually hung it back up again. What is wrong with me? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the smaller hole to make a hole in the centre of this. Now, if you think that this is an inch, if you put this to set this to 1/2 inch, that will put you halfway across the circle, and then that means then all you need to do is you need to eye it this way. You don't have to then eye it that way as well. So you can put that up against that plastic thing, and then you can do this, and be careful of your hands. It gets very pinchy. No one wants to be pinched. And it might not go in the middle. You know what? If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's just the way it is. It's the way the cookie crumbles. There you go. So, we've made them, okay, and these are going to then, this is going to go into here first, okay, and then this is going to go into here, okay, and what we're going to do, flatten the back out. Actually, should we give it a bit of an age first? Oh, you remember this? Does anybody remember this? This is, it's seen better days. I could do with a new one. But this was that horrible one that was all covered in, looked really hard. I washed it. So this is the result of it, me washing it. So I wouldn't suggest you used it for makeup now, but like you could definitely, you can definitely use it for a bit of inking. You know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, then it's tough. I can't help you. So, a bit of aging. The thing is, you have to build it up because it's all like clean now. You kind of have to build it up how much you have on it because the sponge soaks it all up rather than, you know, sits on the surface. So I'm just going to do this and make this look a bit older because you know me, I like it to be representative of me, look a bit old. La la la, is the room somewhere far? I don't know why I'm doing the bag. Nobody will see it, but because I know it's there. Having a moment there, I thought I'd lost the other one, but I thought I'd lost it. I definitely lost it. So you know what I had last week for my? I think I was saying that I was going to have some baked camembert the other week for my tea. So tea is like evening meal in Yorkshire. That's what they call it, tea. I'm having me tea. In fact, I've always said tea. I've said tea when I was younger. So when I lived in Coventry. So anyway, talk about digression. So I had some baked camembert and some bread, and guess what? I'm having the same this week because I loved it so much. I haven't had it since Christmas, so I know Christmas wasn't that long ago, but I'm trying to stay away from the rich food. I did lose 3.5 pounds this week. I lost 4 last week and 3.5 pounds this week. So I've lost 7.5 pounds in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So, right, now I'm going to put my little Brad in there. Brad, Janet. Put that in there. And then I'm going to flatten out the back. Oh, I think these sometimes are called fishtail things as well. So I'm going to flip it over and just do that to make it just a bit flatter on this, because otherwise what you do is when you bend them over, they kind of like they arch, and then when you press it against the flat surface, they go flat. Okay, so you've done that, but you just want to be able to pull this up a little bit. Then it sits away from the surface, and you can wrap your string around it. So then we're going to stick this on the other side, so that covers that up. Thanks, Clinnis. Yeah, I'm doing quite well. I've lost 2.5 stone, I think it is now. This time round, I mean, I've still kept my 10.5 stone off that I lost back in 2009, so I've never put that back on. So I've put a little bit of it obviously back on, because you do, but not that much. Hello, you. I can't give you a fuss now. I am covered. Sorry, Worcester's here for a fuss, but I can't. I'm in the middle of a very crucial moment. Good boy, off you go. He always comes to me at the wrong time, you know, when you're just about to stick something down, or they'll come and want a fuss as you're just taking something really hot out of the oven. Bless him. It's like he knows. Okay, so I'm going to flatten that all down, make it nice. I'll make it as nice as I can make it. Use this, give this a bit of a This is my other thing that came with my bone folder. It's under the Teflon thing. Okay. So there we go. So that's the inside. So now what we're going to do is we're going to sort this side out with this other brad. Okay, so you don't need to make one of this for this inside because that's what this flap is. This flap is going to cover that over, okay? And it also just strengthens that bit. And I always think the folded over bit always looks nicer with a rounded edge to it rather than a cut off piece, okay? So what I'm going to do though is I'm just going to pinch out these corners to make it look a bit, I always think rounded corners kind of finish something and make it look, you know, don't know, nicer, bit more like attention to detail. I'm also going to do the same on these corners, although they sit on the inside. I just think it kind of, I think it's because it makes it a mirror image, you know, opposite corners. And clippy outy. So, and now we're clippy outy. That's because that's such a good term. Now, okay, where's the other brad gone? Damn it, Janet. Where's me other brad gone? Lost me brad. Lost me marbles as well. I don't know about the brad. Let's get another brad out. That didn't go very well, did it? Okay, so got another brad. Found it. Oh, found it now. Put that in there. You go there and sit on the naughty step where you belong. Okay, so we're going to put this through here. Okay, I'm going to put that through there. And then we're just going to spray it out the back. Okay, so what you see what I mean? When you bend it over, can you see that? Let me just hold, I've got to wait until I can see it on the camera. And then hopefully you'll be able to see what I mean. And so that's why, because you get this bend, you then just turn it over and you just press it down and it'll square off and it's now flat against the paper. That's what I meant. Okay, so again, give it a bit of a, pull it away and make it look a bit used. Yeah, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put this flap over and that will cover it and that'll be our decorative panel for the inside. And then we're going to glue it all the way around. And paying a bit of attention to where the actual brad is, because otherwise it'll pucker, you know, either side of the thing. So a bit more glue on that bit. And you're going to flip it over and you're just going to press it down. Remember, you can't press down flat here because there's something on the other side. So if you just want to flip it over and do it that side, you don't need this. I just happen to have this. Oh, by the way, I've ordered my new microphone, my new dual microphone. Thank you to everybody that bought me a coffee, because you've helped me to pay for the new microphone for me and Brian. So when Brian's crafting with me, you'll be able to hear him properly, and not just like in the distance hear him. From a distance, the world looks blue and green, and the hilltops, mountains white. What? No, shut up, Dave. So anyway, yeah. So I've got that. I've ordered that, and now I'm going to save up to buy. I was going to save to buy a better. Because like my tripod had broken, but I've been given one. Brian gave me his, so I am going to save up for a better solution. So whether that be some kind of program that I run on my computer, or a different type of camera or something that means that we can have a dual setup for when Brian is here. but also so that I get a better camera angle and I can zoom in and do all of those things that I currently can't with the setup I currently have. So trying to get a bit more serious about this now. So but you know what I'm like. My money is not. It's very tight, and I know that I'm going to have a lot of stuff done to my car soon. So, dear, just to make me cry. So, I'll just glue those in there. Let's give them a pinch and make sure that they stay glued, because that side did not. Just not gonna. It's not gonna play. Okay. Give it a pinch, and then you can glue this side, because this side is going to go inside there. You can glue this now, put a bit of glue on here. Make sure you get up to like the edge. Don't put a lot of glue on the edge though, because it'll just squeeze out. You can put your substantial amounts on the inside, so you can put your big blobby bits on the inside, and you can go all like very streaky on the outside. You can go streaking on the outside. Yeah, I don't know whether streaking means the same thing across the world, but it means running around naked in the UK. But don't go streaking, please, and don't blame me if you do. Don't say Dave said. So then you're going to cover this side up as well. Okay, any glue that does squeeze out, just wipe it away now. It's easier to wipe away while it's wet than it is to wipe away when it's dry. Just shape your corners and everything. Give that a wipe. There we go. Then the next thing we need to do is we need to get a bit of string. Sorry, I've got the glue on there. A bit of string, bit of something. I've got this in front of me. I'm going to use this because it's there. It's all right. Tones in nicely. It's actually a piece. It's some garden string that has been left in a window, and so it's faded on one side, and so you get this like variegated, very good. I don't know. You get it anyway. Shut up, Dave. So I'm going to wrap this around here, and I'm just going to tie it. So I'm going to tie it once one way, and get it to sit under your little. I don't know what this is called. This round bit. When I say get it to sit under this bit, it's not going to, of course, it's not going to do it, is it? And then tie it the other way, and that'll just stop the knot from coming undone. So I've lost the ability to be able to tie backwards. I can't. My brain is going, cannot compute. There we go. That took a lot, didn't it? So going to tie that off, and that just, you tie it one way and then the other way, it stops it from unraveling. And if you don't know how to tie it one way and then the other way, ask somebody else, because I can't explain it. I can't do it, so let alone explain it. Okay, so there you go. So you've made a little note card holdery thing that, you know, would be nice, like tucked inside a junk journal or something, or summit. Go around there. Once you've got your string under it a few times, it'll be okay, and it'll learn its place, and it'll know what to do next time. The string's a bit thick, to be fair. Okay, and I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut the excess off, and we're just going to have it like that. So we've got our little note card holder, okay, for putting note cards in, obviously, and we don't have any note cards now, so so they see, look, I was a bit like, oh, please fit. So they go in there and they sit in there nicely, and it folds up. It looks much nicer with something inside it, because it doesn't squash down as much. So there we go. So we've made a little, and they don't wiggle around too much. So okay, so I'm not going to use those. I'm going to make some note cards out of stuff. So I'm trying to use up things that I already have. Hence the reason why I have broken into the Tim Holtz packaging. The Tim Holtz paper, because I've already got it. I've got to use it. Okay, so use it or lose it. So the other thing I have that I've got a lot of is I've got old records. Okay, now you've seen me use records in other things. Okay, this has actually got, I meant to take all the records out first. Let's take this out. I buy old records from charity shops, not for the records. Don't do anything with the records. I might need to think of something I can do crafty, journally. I could make a journal maybe if I could cut them in half somehow. I could maybe make them into a like journal covers or something. Anyway, to find a way to cut them in half. I have tried slicing them with a knife, but I was there for a long time making lines. But I didn't get anywhere. I didn't get through it. Okay, so because this is, I was going to use this, but I don't like this. I don't like the swastika, yeah, that, and the connotations it has. So I didn't want to use it. So I thought what I could do is I could use the back to make some journal cards out of, because it's not plastic coated, and I might fussy cut the rest of it, but not use that, and that can go in the bin, or it can be burnt or whatever. So I know actually though the swastika, yeah, that one is associated with is it Hindu religion? It might not be Hindu, it might just be another religion, but it's evil as far as I'm concerned. So I'm going to use these up. So I'm going to use that. And that we can make some journal cards out of that. We don't need to use coffee dyed paper because we've got all of the. Look at how lovely that is. How it's all aged and beautiful. Yeah, and we're going to use these as, like, instead of coffee dyed paper, we can stick them on the back so that they've got writing space. Okay, and we can decoupage over these. Okay, so again, this one is like boarded together, so this is just a front bit. I quite like the image on the front, and I might cut that out, but this one I'm going to turn into just card for us to use. So I'm going to cut the front bit off. I bet there's people out there screaming, going, "He's cutting records up!" Yes, I am. Get over it. I should see what else I've cut up in the last few weeks. So, all I want is... That's nothing to do with Chicago, is it? So, I can't think of... I can't do the jailhouse, whatever it is. I definitely can't sing you that. That would go horribly wrong if I tried. It's just so thick. No, I'm just going to cut it. My blade is not doing it. It's not doing it justice. Let's just cut it, Dave. Cut it. Cut it. Somewhere far away from the cold. I keep singing that. That can go over there. Then we can take this bit apart. La 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 la. Far away from the cold night air. I love the colour of the inside of this one. Okay, and we're going to just cut this down into 6x6 cards. Get that out of the way for now. Sorry, 6x6. No, I meant 6x4, Dave. Six. Then we'll do 6 this one. This should be at least 6 because it used to hold a 12-inch record, so the sleeve must have been bigger than 6 inches in order to hold it. Sorry, it must have been bigger than 12 inches in order to have held a 12-inch record. So it's logic, me being logical. So it's 6 by 4. We just want to make a whole load of cards at 6 by 4 that we can decoupage over. And then we can be like really satisfied that we've actually used all of the beautiful things that we've got that we never actually use. I'm keeping this. I like this discoloured edge, so like I'm cutting that bit off instead of the discoloured edge. That's why I turned it round. That's the only reason why. Let's see how good I am at. Oh yeah, that's all right then. So I was under a bit of pressure then, thinking, oh, I wonder if they're all going to actually be the same size, but actually they are. That's good. Actually, don't know what the actually is about, Dave. I'm not worried about this bit here. That's fine. I mean, you could make it out of cereal boxes. I'll tell you, sometimes the inside of cereal boxes, it's got some of the best craft card I've ever seen. Much better than the stuff I've ever bought. But you have to pick the supermarket that you get it from. So I eat bran flakes every day. Okay, it's kind of a bit of a personal insight into my life there. But I eat bran flakes every day. But if I get them from Aldi, it's this kind of colour inside. And if I get them from Tesco, it's the same. But if I get them from Morrison's, it's beautiful craft card. In fact, it's like this kind of stuff. It's so beautiful, but thicker as well. So anyway, check them out. Check out the inside of your cereal boxes. I mean, obviously don't go to the supermarket and empty them all out while you're in the supermarket. You have to buy them first. Don't go and say, Dave said I could just come here and have a look on the inside. You know, you might be able to just lift the flap at the top and see what they look like inside. But again, if you do and you get caught, don't say Dave said. You know that Dave, that Dasher Dave, he said. You don't want to be like, you know, don't want to have like a ban on me entering America. The United States. Which bit do I want on? I don't mind, I'll cut that bit off, I think. Right, Dave, you want it to be 6. 6. Definitely need a new blade on here. I can't get the thing. I also need to give it a bit of a. It needs a bit of a wax. Put a wax candle down it so it glides across the plastic properly. I think it's starting to get. I think it needs cleaning. To be fair, it's dirty. So I'm going to cut this up. We're going to do 4 again. So there is no difference. What happened to that edge, Dave? Put that on that end. Oh, that's the edge I cut with a pair of scissors, isn't it? That's why I was thinking, how on earth did that get so terrible at that end? But it's because I cut it, so my hand cutting is not the best. So let's just see. I'm just gonna. I lose brows and buttons all the time. Yeah, I've got buttons. I have I've got about 10 of these with buttons in. So this was Maxim's winter candy, and it still smells of winter candy. So, and this is best before the 7th of 17. So, and it still smells of winter candy. Anybody that doesn't know what winter candy is, you're missing out. Oh look, it's crashy time. Everything's just going to fall over. That was the scoreboard has just fallen over. So, I can't remember what I was saying. What was I saying? Oh, blimey. Anyway, I was catching up. That's what I was doing. Buttons, yeah. buttons, you lose buttons, browse all the time. Nice, yes, it's always something. Yeah, okay, so streaking is a thing in, means the same thing, right, in America. It's fine. Love it, like a recipe card, index card shape. So neat, love it. Wow, that's an old record. Which one was an old record? What, the one that I've just hacked to pieces? Yeah, I did. I'm not worried about, it might have been worth something, but anyway, I've just hacked it to pieces. And the record itself was damaged. There's a charity shop near me, that sells the stuff that they can't sell in the other stores. Like, it's all like damaged stuff. They sell a lot of broken furniture and stuff. People either buy it for firewood or they buy it to do up. So I go and get records and things from there, and all the records skip and all of that. And I'm not buying it for the record. I'm buying it for the outer, to be able to cut them all up. Anyway, you can melt records in the oven to make bowls. I know, I've seen the bowls, but I don't need any more bowls. In fact, I think there's going to be a curfew on me from buying another bowl. I've got too many bowls. So you could make a journal cover. Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah. You could make like a taco shell, couldn't you? You could make a taco shell out of a record. You could heat it up and then make it like a taco shell that you then slot a journal that was just fat, slot it in, and it kind of holds it closed. It could be like a closure. Excited. What, are you excited too? Are you excited? Excited. Ow, just put my finger on the blade of that. Anyway, let's get on with this. Get on with it, Dave. Get on with it. So, let's do the backs first. No, we'll do the backs afterwards, otherwise it gets messy. Okay, so just going to pick one, and we're going to do a bit of decoupage and a bit of, gluing and stuff. So I bought a whole load. Look at these. Bought a whole load of new napkins. And you know that I've got a thing for napkins. I've got a bit of there's going to be a restraining order on me not buying any more napkins soon. So those were from TK Maxx. Those were from where were they? Morrison's. That was Morrison's. That was from TK Maxx. That was from TK Maxx. That was from TK Maxx. That was from TK Maxx, and that was from Morrison's. I haven't been to Sainsbury's yet and raided their stash for this year, but anyway. So we're going to open some of these up, and get some of these made. And I've now I must have 150 different styles of napkin. Okay. Oh right. Okay. So Jodie agreed. Evil. Yes. They are evil, little swastika. Lol, cutting things up. I know my roommate just looks as I rip books apart. Yes, I love it. You know when you've got somebody that doesn't understand our witchcraft, and we just tear something apart or cut something out of a book, or hoard things like buy napkins as well, I think Tesco and Sainsbury's and Morrison's must think that I go on a lot of picnics. Keeps buying all of those napkins. So yeah, it's funny, isn't it? And it's my witchcraft. Honestly, I think the stuff that I can do with paper and turn it into other things. I genuinely think if I'd been around in medieval times, they'd have burnt me at a stake because they thought I was a witch. A witch with paper. So, anyway, never mind. they're burning me. They're leaving somebody else alone. So just going to use a bit of this tape to peel this apart. This is just a bit of this is the tape that I use for when I make washi tape, because it's medical tape. Oh, I didn't need to do that actually. It's coming apart as it is, falling apart at the seams. Yesterday's dreams are empty and meaningless until you came. So I think I'm going to just decoupage the whole of that. I don't know what I want. Maybe there. It's a bit wasteful though, isn't it? I really like that cluster, and I'd like that. Right, okay, I'm going to do it there. Okay. Oh, Dave, you're wearing the wrong shirt for doing this. I don't even know where my apron is. Where's my apron? Just bear with me a second. I'm just going to take this top off because this is new. This luminous green thing is brand new, and it's brand new, and I don't want to get it all covered in glue. It's new, and I don't want it covered in glue. So even though it's freezing cold in here, because I haven't put the heat, I've just poked myself in the eye and then stuck my glasses up my nose. Even though it's freezing cold in here, I've had to take that off, otherwise it'll go all horribly wrong. It'll all go horribly wrong. No, you just drop the mic, put that back, put it back, right back. So, that's my watered down one, and that's my vintage photo one. I'm going to use some of my vintage photo one. I'm going to get a nice brush. I don't have any clean water for me to dunk it in. I do, and I should be drinking it now. But I don't have anything to pour this into to wash my brushes in. Never mind. Sorry, folks. Very thirsty. So, give this a bit of a shake. Now, do I want to? I don't know whether I want to do the whole thing or whether I want... No, I'm not going to do the whole thing. Today is not the day for me making decisions. Any day is not the day for me to make any decisions. Anybody that knows me knows that my decision-making capabilities are terrible. So don't give me a choice. If I'm round for tea or evening meal with you or whatever it is, or we go out for a meal, don't say, what do you want, Dave? Because I can't make decisions. So making decisions at the best of times is terrible. Making decisions when you're channeling mania is even worse. So I'm going to do that. And I put that on there, I think. I'm going to put that on the bottom. I might do it that way up. Yeah, and actually I've bought some stamps from a charity shop. I've got this butterfly. I might put that on there. It's one of those ones that doesn't have a... I don't know how they're supposed to cling to anything. Do they cling? Oh, they do. Okay. Alright, so... might get a stamping block. I know, venturing into the realms of stamping. As well. Put that on there. Okay, so I might have that in the background and then decoupage over it. So if it just falls off here. Maybe it needs a bit of a lick. When in doubt, give it a lick. No, don't. When in doubt, don't give it a lick, Dave. So I think I might put that on there. Yeah, I'll just do it, Dave. If you cut, you'll hesitate forever if you don't actually physically do anything. We'll use some green. You didn't come here for stamping, but you got it anyway. Let's just hope this doesn't fall off this block. give that a bit of a... I mean, this was 50p from a charity shop, so like I'm not going to lose out. That's quite nice, actually. Not really a big fan of... obviously, I don't clean my stamps. That's just going to go back in there now. And then I think what I'll do is I'll have this on here. And we could have another bit of something, maybe. Could do with something... I'd like something quite tall up this side. I know it's a polar bear and I know it's Christmas. I'm just looking at this. That might be nice on the other corner. Maybe that. Kind of growing down though, isn't it? That's all right, I suppose. No, it's covering it. No. So I'm going to do that, and then I think, what else have I got? I've got this as well. That's got a nice kind of floral image that I could have. That looks like it's kind of... Does it go up one side? No, it's separate, isn't it? No, I'm going to use this. So I'm going to sell my extra napkins. Brian has promised to show me how to use Etsy. I mean, I'm sure I could probably work it out, but like it's so much easier if somebody just shows you. So, sorry. Has anybody got their Happy Mail, by the way? The Happy Mail that we sent out, Glynis, we sent to you. Who else did we send out Happy Mail to? And we told you we'd sent it. I just wondered if anybody had received it yet. Because Devane, we've either got yours to send or we've sent yours. And should have had it if we have sent it, and if we haven't sent it, you won't have had it because it's still here. I just couldn't send it all before Christmas because I didn't have the money. So I struggle for money as it is, and so like then finding the extra cash to post things was just a bit of a struggle. So but we do have lots of napkins for you. We're sending everybody napkins. I think everybody that we've sent any Happy Mail to, we've sent you some napkins. So, but I'll be selling the rest of them. Yeah, I'm going to put one of this. I know it's a Christmas. I'm not going to put the Merry Christmas bit on. I'm just going to use this, and I know it's mistletoe, but you know what? Don't care. Okay, so you will get. So it's we've either sent it and it's on its way, or we haven't sent it and it won't be on its way. I mean, what I mean is we've either sent it and it's on its way, or we've got it to send, and you'll get it when we've sent it. So, but yeah, I'm going to cut it out to there and see what I do with it. I'm just going to go down here. It's going to have to be accurate because I'm just going to stick it on the edge of the page. I'm going to have it kind of like that. Yeah, and then I think I'll have that on that corner. Or that corner. Right, okay, I don't know. I'll figure it out in a minute. So I'm going to use the vintage photo stuff. This is slightly darker because I mix it myself every time, so like it can be darker, lighter, brighter, whiter, whatever. And because this paper is so thirsty, it's just soaked it all up. So greedy. So I'm going to pop this on here. Hopefully it'll be a first time placing. There you go. It was. It worked out fine. Stick it down, and I'm just going to go over the top of it. I like to go over the top. If you're going to do something, go over the top. There we go. Might be a little bit too dark, this vintage photo, to be fair. In fact, I might just put a bit more of this in the background, just to make it look a bit more stained. Because I think I need to water that down a bit more. Well, water the colour down a bit more. All I'm trying to do is make the cardboard look like it was that colour rather than, yeah, that's better. So that's on there. Should I put that on there? I'm just worried about it being too samey, you know, having two corners. Right, okay, maybe you're all going, ah, stop! What's he doing? He's gone mad, he's crazy. Crazy man! You know what, I might put it there. Just put it there, Dave. I need to order some more Mod Podge. Oh no, Brian said he was going to give me some. He told me not to order any, so I didn't. And now I need some more. Well, I needed to water it down with, really. Okay, that's that. I'm just going to leave that to dry. We'll move on to another one. I kind of want a bit of a production line going on here. I might do another one with a, what's it telling me that? Breathe. Wants me to breathe. Clearly not been breathing for the last hour or whatever. How long I've been going for? How long is too long? So there's this one as well. There's a butterfly. I'd like to have like a flower or something for the butterfly to be looking at. I've just rolled over my toe. I'll be back in a second. I'm just going to get another napkin. I don't know how long I've been going for now. Ever? Oh dear. Oh, blimey. An hour and a half so far. We'll do 2 hours. Oh, there's that. That's pretty. Might use some of that. There's that. That's pretty. We might use some of that. You have no idea what I'm talking about because you can't see it. So, let's get this out. Bring it over. So I was thinking maybe that's quite pretty. I like that. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with them. Oh, they're all on the floor. You know the napkins? They're all on the floor now because they've just fallen off. Yeah, I'm going to use this, and I think I am going to have that there. Oh, look, there's a butterfly there. It's like almost like mirroring what I'm going to do. And this is just peeling apart. That's good. We like a napkin that behaves, as long as it knows its place. I'll put this on here, and I think what I'll do is I will use... I'm just going to tear this one out because this one's easy to do. There's nothing close by, nothing close to it. I mean, I'm not going to use the butterfly that's on here. I might just go down to there. Okay. So, yeah, like that. Okay. And I think just tear all the extra bits off it. Don't need all the extra white on it. You can just tear it. I mean, I use a water brush a lot, but you don't always have to. Yeah, and I'm not going to use the vintage photo this time. I think I'm not happy with it. It's too dark this time round. Ugh. That's beautiful, and thank you for that. Some more stuff to stick my finger in. So I'm just going to use the same brush because I can't rinse it out because I don't have anything to rinse it out in. So let's put this on here. There's a bit of vintage photo still left in here, but that's fine. Because the paper's thirsty, it's because it's so old. It's like old paper will always do. Will soak up a bit more. I'll put that on there. Lay it all out. Just give it a smooth out. If your fingers are sticky, do not even try and do this with your fingers. I usually use a PVC glove or a vinyl glove. I mean, but luckily my fingers at the moment are quite dry. So it's just, if you do this dry technique, only do it if you're confident about doing it. You can just get rid of more of the puckering and the air bubbles that you get. Okay. Put a bit more of this on here. And put this on. Too straight at that edge. Okay, I'll just put that on there. Until you came, only a part of this. I think I'm going to stick the. Oh, problem is, what's my problem on this? If I stamp it, it's going to be facing that way. Oh well, next journal card I'll do the other way around. Oh, hang on. My wire, it was caught round everything. And is there anything else? Yeah, let's maybe just put a word on here. Word, or what's here? I've got a little stamp. I could stamp in the corner. No, we're just going to have a word. I don't know what we're going to say. What can I say? Yes, received. Yes, I received it, and I love my mail. I felt so special. Good. I'm glad you got it, Glennis. I'm glad it came. So, okay. So, what can I put? What word can I use? Something that sounds old. It just says percentage on there. I don't think I want to use that. Perfect attendance certificate. I don't know. It doesn't even have to sound old. I just don't want it to be like, don't want it to be selfie. What shall we use? I don't know. Vintage. Thanks, Jody. Right, okay. If I can spell vintage. No, I mean, I know I can spell vintage. If I can find the letters for vintage, we'll do vintage. There, V. V. I. This could be painful watching me do this, If you've got something else to do, if you've got some washing to put on or whatever, I'd suggest you go and do that. N. T. A. Vint. V-I-N-T-A-G-E. Sorry, spell it in my head. Spell it in my head. V-I-N-T-A. G. Where's my E? I need an E. Oh dear. Don't. Nobody heard that out loud. They'll be like calling the police. Nearly lost it. Oh, and I have lost it now. Oh, there's a butterfly on the floor here. So, Oh, and I've dropped an E. Oh. It's a letter E. I will clarify. Have dropped my letter E just in case anybody like insinuates anything. Okay, so now these I'll never get them all back together again. And in that box, that'll never happen. That's going to be like a puzzle for another day. Stick that over there. I'm going to put vintage on there. What colour should we do it in? Should we do it in this? I love this claret colour. Oh, sorry, chantilly or whatever it is. Chantilly lace and a pretty face. So we are going to just put that. I'm just going to put that there. There, cool, perfect, happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. Right, okay. Let's leave that to dry for a minute. Let's go back to this is all going to go horribly wrong. We're going to do the same thing again, but we're going to do it the other way around this time. Because Dave's going to learn his lesson, the fact that the stamp is reversed. But we live and we learn, or we live and we don't learn in my case. Oh, I'm starving. Starving, Marvin. So looking forward to having my tea. And Brian will be coming round later. He's finishing work at 8 and he's going to come here from there. So just to come and see me, see how I am, so etc. He did come round last night, but he fell asleep because he'd done a double. Was that Friday? He did a double. What did he do? What day was it? Yeah, I think he did a double. Then he slept in, and then he was going to do an early. But he slept in, but the kids didn't sleep, and so he got woken up, and so he only had a couple of hours sleep, and then had to do another big shift. And when he came round here, he came round and I said, do you want me to take you home, because he just fell asleep on the sofa. So we might have what we were planning to have food together yesterday, and we might have that today when he comes round later. He finishes work at 8, so he'll be round here about 8:30. He's going to get a cab, so a taxi. So we were going to have steak, chips and mushrooms and tomatoes for tea yesterday, but we didn't because he was too tired. So we ended up having cheese and biscuits. Biscuits. There. That's going to have a bit. It's not quite as sticky, so I'm going to have to put a bit of this on the top, I think. Just to hold it down. Because it keeps coming off on my fingers, or maybe it's because my fingers are sticky, I don't know. I don't think the paper, don't think I gave it enough glue. I think it's because it was so thirsty, this paper, it didn't allow it to sink in. Oh, sorry, it sank in, and I didn't put enough glue on to make the napkin stick, because it's sticking to me rather than get off me. Okay, cool. So I think when I stamp it, I'm going to stamp that, and that's going to go there. Cool. Yeah. Okay. So there's that one. Okay. What time are we on? We've got 15 minutes, so we'll do something else. Got really cold hands because it's, like I say, freezing cold in here. And I've had to take my shirt off. There's this as well, which I think is lovely. This was sent in Happy Mail to me. I think this came from Christina. So thank you, Christina. It's beautiful, and I'm going to use it, and I think it'll kind of fit in with the kind of like floral theme that we have I didn't mean for it to be a floral theme for this, but it just happened that way. I love flowers. I haven't bought myself any flowers for ages. I must buy myself some flowers. It's coming up to that time of year when I can buy, for the next few months, I'll be buying daffodils. I love daffodils. They're so cheery. So, I might put some of this. Just going to tear, because there is no defined edge to this. I'm just going to tear a bit out. So there's no particular flowers, is what I mean. I'm just going to tear some out and I'm just going to stick it on. Have that there, and that in there. And we'll have another word, I think, on this one. So what other word can we use? So, what am I painting that up there for, Dave? Do. What else? What other word can we use? We've used vintage. I mean, I could use notes, but I think it's just a bit like, meh. We've got a little while to think about it because I've got to get this stuck down first. Worcester's not happy. He's barking at somebody. Somebody's outside. So he's, bless him. I think he's barking at the neighbours. They're walking past the window. How dare they? I know, it's terrible, isn't it? My fingers are quite clean today, so I'm able to do this. Normally I can't do it, so I have to use something else over the top of it, otherwise it all ends up tearing. There's a little bit there that isn't stuck down, so I'm just going to go over the top. In fact, I'll just do that just to hold it down. Just a little bit, not too much, and then you don't over wet it and it doesn't go all wrinkly. Okay. Fleurs, yes, I could use fleurs. I could indeed. So, or is there any other suggestions? Have we had anything beautiful? It's I'd hate. I don't like putting things that like say something that make people think that that's what I think it is, in case people don't think it is. Do you know what I mean? It's like I can't call myself beautiful. Other people can, but I can't. So I can't stamp that on there because people would then think I think it's beautiful, and it's about. I know I get in my head too much, don't I? Is that spelt right, Jodie? Because I don't want to spell it wrong. Fleur. Okay, yeah. So fleur. Brain freeze. Can't think of any words. That's my problem, Tricia. That's why I'm sat here going some words. Okay, so it's yeah. So maybe we'll just use the one thing and we say fleur, fleur, which I know, Fleur. Are you ready? Oh, hang on. What's in this? I've got another box here with some more stamps because obviously we want some more stamps. Oh, jottings. Oh, I like jottings as well. I might have to put that on another thing. I've got a thing. This. It's supposed to be a slidey tin. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner. No. Maybe I'll use these. Maybe I won't, because maybe I can't get them out. Fleur, air, you are fleur. Fleur. That's right, isn't it? Alexa, how do you spell flower in French?
Flower in French is
Fleur.
Okay. F-L-E-U-R. Yeah, F-L-E-U-R. Yeah, that's right. Cool. Thanks, Alexa. You got me back this time. Right. I'm running out of space to put things. So this, I'm just going to stick together. I'm glad I got this out now. I'm going to stick it together. Otherwise, trying to stamp, they end up being all over the place. I don't mind them looking a bit like they're supposed to be wonky, but I don't like them looking wonky. If that makes any sense. Probably doesn't. So I just stick that round there, and that kind of holds them all together so you can stamp it as one. Take that off. Too much of that. It's only one word, Dave. It's not a whole alphabet. So what colour should we have? Should we go for, we can either have green, chantilly lace, sorry, or maybe green. Green. There's no blue in there, is there? I quite like that twilight, but oh no, let's go for twilight. Let's just go the whole hog. Oink. It's the whole hog. It's gone a bit crazy around the top, but never mind. Oh, hang on. Let's not dip that into the Mod Podge, shall we? That's better. Oh, don't. It's all going a bit wrong, isn't it? Pete Tong. Fleur. So it's all gone silent because I'm like thinking. And trying to, oh well, oh well. That's the beauty of stamping, isn't it? It can go horribly wrong, but never mind. We can live with that. That's not too bad. I quite like the way it's faded. I'm not quite sure about these bits at the top, but it is what it is. I am what I am. I need to stamp my little butterfly. Let's do that. Get me butterfly on there. Make sure I got it round the right way. We don't want to have an upside down butterfly now, do we? That would all go horribly wrong. Right, let's give this a bit of a clean in the back. Except for I don't have any alcohol left in this spray bottle at all. Nope, you're just spraying air, Dave. Just a bit of alcohol on it, just to clean it and get all the fingerprints off it, and then it might stick to the thing better. Maybe I should clean the block as well, Dave. The block is filthy. All I want is a ring somewhere, far away from the cold air. With one enormous chair, and put that away, because it will all go horribly wrong. Right. There we go. It sticks better now. Oh yeah, that's better. It clings now. Now, what colour should we do the butterfly? Should we go blue? What was the blue like? I can't remember what the blue looked like. We go blue. We can go chantilly. Or we can go green. Or we can go black. We've got black as well. What colour should we go? Oh no, we've also got brown. We've got two browns actually. We've got them two. We've got potting soil or sepia. Okay, somebody tell me. First suggestion wins. So black Chantilly, Shady Lane, which is the green, Twilight, black, Potting Soil, or Sepia. Sepia, right, okay. Thanks, Jodie. So, let's do this. I might need to stamp it first and see what it comes out like, because I haven't stamped it before. Let's stamp it on something. Oh, an old envelope here. Let's give it a go on here. Also, once I've stamped it, I know where its weak parts are, where it doesn't show up. No, that's all right. Cool. Okay, so they're so much better. Stamps are so much better once you've used them a few times. They kind of, it's a bit like a frying pan. They build up a bit of patina. They also get it all over your hands. So, you're not giving it cardiac massage, Dave, but like, I just want to give it a bit of oomph. Let's just wipe that bit off there, so it's less likely to leave an imprint in case I squash a bit hard. Okay, put that on there. Okay, so we need something a bit. I don't have a stamping mat. I really oh, well, I do. I've got the Tim Holtz one. That's the only Tim Holtz thing I've got. Who knows where that is? Stamping platform. Is it too late to use that? I've got this. I rarely use it because I don't do stamping anymore. Maybe I should have used this. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner. Maybe. So, put that on there. Put me little magnets on. Okay, we want it to be... It's really hard to tell what it is when it's not a clear stamp. We want it to be like that, don't we? About there. The thing is, I can't put it down because that... Oh, let's put it on this for now. So we want it to be about there. I know I'm all cack-handed about this. I should have done this in the first place before I inked it up. Do that. Pick it up. No, wrong side. Pick it up. Turn this round. This is the rubber stamp side. Pick it up. Yeah, right, okay. Now we can ink it. Where is it? What to do? Sepia. It's there. Oh dear, such a... You sounded like Hagrid for a second. Did I? When? What was it? What did I say? Did I say Harry Potter? Oh dear. Right, okay, so... Ooh, is it going to be in the right place? It better be. No, it's going to be too low, you fool. This is not going to go well, is it? Should we just give up? Yeah, let's give up. Thanks, Timmy. You let me down again. Well, you didn't let me down. I let me down with my ability to stamp. This is such a car crash TV, isn't it? 'Cause I can't do. Right. Okay. So we're just going to go for it, and we're going to place it where we want it, and it's just going to happen, and it's all going to go horribly wrong, and you can blame me. Excuse me while I do a bit of cardiac massage. Isn't there a Queen song you're supposed to do cardiac massage to? Like the tempo is just right. There we go. That'll do. Oh, it's pretty, isn't it? Pretty. It's pretty, isn't it? We've got that one. I know I haven't, they've all got like the wiggly bits at the sides that need to come off. I've got that one. It does look slightly out of place now because it's not pink. But maybe we do a set of 3 pink, a set of 3 green, go like that. So I'm going to give these a dry. No, I'm not. Clearly not going to give these a dry because it's not plugged in. Dave, get your act together. Too many things going on. Plug it in. Now we'll give it a dry. And then that means that we can... Sorry, don't do this. It's just my fingers have gone so numb. All I want is a room somewhere far away from the cold night air. With one enormous chair, oh, wouldn't it be lovely? I must know more songs in my repertoire. Yes, it is cold here, Jodie. It's currently 2 degrees Celsius. So, Alexa, what's the temperature today in Fahrenheit?
At the moment, it's 6 degrees Celsius. Tonight, you can expect a low of 1 degree.
It didn't tell me what's... Alexa, it's not currently 6, by the way, I will just say, because
I don't know that one.
I looked at my thing, my temperature thing outside, and it said 2 degrees, all right? So, Alexa, what's 2 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit?
2 degrees Celsius is 35.6 degrees Fahrenheit.
35.6 it is here in Fahrenheit. So it's cold. I think it's cold. You might not think it's cold, but my heating hasn't come on yet. So it's in this room. Let's see what it is in this room. It's currently what's that? 56 degrees Fahrenheit in this room. So. But it's going to freeze tonight. So, I've been horrible frost the last few days. I've had to like scrape my car every morning, which is, well, I haven't had to scrape my car. I actually just put some de-icer on it. So, but potentially I would have had to scrape my car if I'd thought about scraping it. So. Everybody else in the street in the morning was like scraping theirs, and I just go and put my de-icer on it. So I know it's terrible for the seal on your windscreen, but I'm kind of at the point where I haven't got enough time to mess around scraping cars. I also sometimes put a bit of warm water on it, but not hot water because obviously you'll break the glass. So you get thermal shock and it will shatter your windscreen. So don't do that. Just going over this now just to get rid of all of the loose bits that never got stuck down. Also gets rid of some of the... Oh dear, I've got rid of the E off the vintage. Never mind. It now looks more vintage than it ever did. I'm going to go over it with a bit of this as well. I was thinking, should I round the corners? But no, I'm not going to. So, no, I shan't, and you can't make me. There we go. That's that one. Let's do this one. Oh, my hungry. No, my stomach is so hungry. I'm like literally, it's just gone. I don't know whether you heard it, so apologies if you... it wasn't a loud monster that had walked into the room, it was my stomach, so... I haven't eaten today, that's the reason why I'm so hungry. I don't think you can count a couple of Doritos as being as being a food. Well, it is food, obviously, but it's not considered to be a meal, is it? I just ran out of time before I came on air, so just didn't eat. So one of those things, isn't it? Life gets in the way of everything, eating as well. So, and that's not how I lose weight. It's terrible. That's the worst way to lose weight, is starving yourself. So don't see it as being an answer, because it isn't. I was trying to think of what the word was for a butterfly in French, and I still can't think of what it is. But I thought Maris Piper, but that's a potato. I'm sure it's something like that. I don't want to stamp Maris Piper on. King Edward. That's a potato as well. Maris Piper. Sure, it's something like that. It's definitely not Maris Piper, though. Alexa, what's French for butterfly?
Butterfly in French is
Papillon.
Papillon. It's not, obviously not, it's Papillon, not Maris Piper. I don't know why I thought that. Alexa, what's Spanish for butterfly?
butterfly in Spanish is
Mariposa.
Mariposa. That's it. That's what I was thinking. It's Spanish. Mariposa, not Maris Piper. Anyway, so on that note, it's probably time to back on. No, actually, let's just stick the back on here, and then I'll let you go, and you can go and have a life away from me that doesn't involve insanity. So, well, you can bring your own insanity. I'm not bringing it for you. Stupid boy. Right, on the back of here, I'm going to put. Honestly, all of those napkins have just all slid off the desk, and they're all like littered behind me. I'm going to put some of this on it. Look how old that is. Beautiful. I don't know what this is made of, but it's kind of shiny on the inside. Don't know whether I like that. I might have to do something on the back. I will use these, don't worry. I think I'm going to have to put something a bit more opaque on the back. I might have to use some coffee dye, or there's some of these that might be a bit more opaque. But I think I'm going to leave it there for now, otherwise we'll be here all day. So, they should all now fit in there. Oh, they look nice in there. All right, okay. I wasn't sure whether they'd look okay in there, but they do. They look fine. So they can go in there, and then we'll make some more to go in it some other time. So don't worry, I haven't disbanded my art book. I'm still getting on with that. I haven't disbanded my collage book either. That's still happening, but just thought we'd do something like this because I needed to make something today. My brain, when it feels like this, I need to make. So I usually make 3D things or like paper flowers or something. But I thought, we'd make a little journal note card thing. So I hope it was a nice distraction from the norm. Let's put some of these things away. So I know that I know what you mean now, Jody. You said you wanted to see me make this. I will make this. I'll do an actual process video of how I made this. But I'll do that. I won't do it live because it's one of those things where I have to think about it. And so you saw the car crash of today, me trying to think. So I will do that in the next few days. I'll try and get that filmed. But yeah, I sometimes get something filmed on a Saturday that I put up after this, but I didn't yesterday. Life just got in the way, so too much to do. So and I had to go and buy dog food, which is my most important thing I have to do, so can't not feed the dog. So I'm a bit chuffed with how they've turned out. Oh, I've just seen that as well. That Jodie thinks they're good. So that's all right. So sometimes I feel a bit uncomfortable about saying that I really like something I've done, but because I always think pride comes before a fall. I really want to make this into something as well. This was some fruit jellies that I had at Christmas, and I think that would make a nice journal card as well. But another day, another dollar. So, which I don't know why that's a term in the UK because we don't use dollars. So, but yeah, I will do a video of doing that, and also I need to then start doing some more on my art journal and some more on my collage book. I'll keep that actually, Dave, because you can decoupage over that. That needs to go in the wash. Yeah, so I'm trying to put things away so that it ends up being a bit tidier than it was. Well, basically I've thrown everything over Brian's side, so when he next comes here, he'll be like, "What on earth?" But I've got witnesses here that I have actually used some Tim Holt stuff. So when he starts teasing me about not using it, you can tell him otherwise. So anyway, folks, I am tidying up because I've run out of steam. I'm going to go and take my little Worcester for a walk and then go and have something to eat. And then I will see whether I've got any steam left in me to film something after this, but I don't think so. So always these spammy things that get put on these. So Pori Tajak is a spam thing, and I'm going to time out report. I'm going to report it as unwanted spam. Yeah, unreport. Okay, cool. Got rid of that. So yeah, don't click on any links that anybody ever sees in chat unless you know where it's come from. I used to teach social media, so social media safety. Sorry. So if you need to know, whether somebody is a genuine person on social media, come and ask me, and I will tell you. So I always investigate people before I just accept friends. So if I don't know you, I won't accept you. So anyway. I know it's still got sticky stuff around the side of it, but I'm not bothered about that. Those two can stay together. That's supposed to be a slide-on lid, but I can't slide it on because it gets caught on the letters. So I just clip it on. Okay, so, we're back. Now, all I'm left with is these blooming things that have got to go back in that box. Anybody want to come round and do it for me? No? No offers? All right then. Fine, I'll do it on my own. Thanks. So, yeah, I will see you again in the next video. So thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate spending some time with me. I hope you've had fun. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let's have a look at what we did. I need to get them back out again because I need to take a thumbnail picture for the front for the video. So we made this, and we've made some journal cards. So we've made this one, we've made this one, we've made this one, and we've made this one. And it had to be different. It had to be the wrong way round. Well, no, you can have them all sorts of different ways. So anyway, so have a fantastic rest of your day. You know, those of you that are at the start of your day, great, fantastic. It's been good. Those of us in the future, you know, it's all right. It's a bit cold, but you know, the future, you know, can be a bit cold sometimes. So yeah, shut up, Dave. He's waffling now. Anyway, so enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you all again in hopefully the next video. Thank you very much for watching. I love you all. You know I do. I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to. So I will see you all very soon. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to each other and to yourself. And I will... Oh, Dory. Hi, Dave. First time live with you. Hi! Sorry, is it Dore, D-O-R-R-E, or is it, I don't know how you say your name. Sorry, Dor, if it's not Dor, sorry. So anyway, so yeah, I will post this video in a few minutes as being something you can catch up on if you didn't see it. And you know, I'll see you all in the next video. I really love you all. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for putting up with my zaniness, and I'll see you all very soon. Thank you so much. You all take care of yourselves, each other, and I'll be here. I'll still be here in like about 3 days trying to put these all back in that box. That's fine. All right then, I'm off. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Lots of love. You know I love you all. Thank you for accepting me as part of the crafting community, and I am off, and I will see you soon. Bye, 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 bye. I've got to find the off button now. Who knows? I don't know. Right, okay. I'll just zoom in there while I try and find the off button. Take care, folks. Love you. Bye.